Welcome back, everyone. This is the Vintage Sewing Machine Garage. You are looking at a project I'm working on, and it is a restoration, or maybe a better word is conservation, of a sewing machine table that has seen better days. Unfortunately, it's pretty common to find sewing machine tables that have not received as much love as they should have. Now, sometimes, or many times, you will see a table where I'm going to move this just a moment because I want to demonstrate something or illustrate something for you. When you get tables, you'll often get them and you might think, well, it looks okay from the front, a couple of nicks on the legs, but not too bad. However, when you start looking at the surface of the table, things don't look so great. Tabletop surfaces, and this is, I guess, true of any piece of furniture that's a table, they typically are going to get the most wear, the most damage, if they get any. Now, I have had tables that are in far better shape than this. This table, I'm going to guess that this does not have the same level, it did not have when it was new, the same level of maybe the varnish of the older tables. I don't know. All I can tell you is a lot of what's here, and I've started to go over, I'm going to show you what I've been doing to make it look like this. The entire surface of this table looked like this. So let's turn it back around. Now, the back of the table, actually, it looks pretty nice too. Couple of scuffs on the legs, but nothing terrible. But this is what the table looked like. Now, one of the things I have learned when I use one of my favorite products for conserving furniture, you've heard me talk about this before. This, of course, is the Howard Restore a Finish. It says restore it, don't strip it, and for the most part, in many situations, this is not going to always apply, but it has really allowed me to do this. I am not a furniture refinisher. I am not a furniture stripper. I've had projects in the past that were unrelated to sewing machine tables, and I discovered that that's not my passion. It's not my. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the skill that goes into it, but that's not something that I am, interested in. However, I want my tables to be conserved as best as possible because when something looks nice, there's a good chance, hopefully, fingers crossed, that people will take better care of it. It's kind of an odd thing, but anyway. So I wanted to mention this to you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do the rest of the other half. I started up here. Okay, been working my way down, and we'll show the rest of it. But I wanted to mention something else. Some tables have a much darker finish, and I have I have several colors of Restore Finish. I have a mahogany, a dark walnut, a regular walnut, a cherry, which you can see here, and then I have this one which says maple pine. And these names have less to do with the actual wood. They're not designed to go on just certain woods, but they're designed to give you a look, because when it comes to wood colors or stain colors, we often use names that may have a direct relation to the wood grain species or not. It may have no relationship at all. And so why did I choose this? Because the color of this machine is not particularly all that red. It may look like it in this light, but it's not. It has at least the top, and we'll take a look at the inside of the leaves in a moment. The top is more of a, I don't know, it has kind of a yellow bias to it. And it also has some loss here. Now, it used to be that sewing tables would be stained and then varnished, usually with a cellulose lacquer finish. Those finishes were applied in the factories. But I don't know exactly how this was done, but I wonder if they sprayed a colored sealer or lacquer on it, because it's extremely thin. I mean, when you can see these areas here where the finish has worn away, and it's not just the clear coat that wore away. I mean, it's literally down to bare wood. And I would, you have to go through wood a certain depth until you hit unstained wood. So I don't know. Again, I wasn't there back then in the 60s, and I don't know what they were doing. Now, the reason I'm using the lighter, to my knowledge, this maple pine color to restore finish is the lightest one they have. Now you might say, well, why not do it in a different color? Why not make it look like, cherry or mahogany? That wouldn't be horrible except for one thing. When you see these exposed areas, if you go with a darker product, a darker color, and that color starts to get absorbed into these exposed wood areas, you're going to create streaks, or you're going to create a lot of contrast you might not want. Now, obviously, wood grain always has variegation to it. And anyway, my goal here is to use a color that is as close to the original finish so that when it hits these areas where there literally is no finish, I zoom in, you may be able to see a little more detail of what I'm talking about. I mean, some of it's just gone. And, I mean, I've seen worse tables, sadly, but anyway, that is my approach. So I'm going to go ahead and remember, like with any stain-like product, you definitely want to keep this shaken up, okay? The color in these products is not like the color in house paint. The color in these products, in any transparent stain, this is not a stain, it's a stain product that can help blend in old finishes. My point is that the color will settle, and it can settle quickly, and if it does, you're going to have most of your color in the bottom of the can. So just remember that. All right, it'll probably also be on the instructions, but for reasons that escape me, people don't always read the directions. Anyway, I've got an old cotton. This is a cotton fabric I was using to do test stitching on that I no longer need, so waste not, want not. Now, you want to be careful. You might be tempted to just sort of pour this on, and if I were to try that, and if I spill some, the problem with this is you don't want to end up with sort of a stain, a splotchy area where you've got too much. So you want to keep it as even as possible. I'm going with the grain, right? And if you look, these little wood exposed areas, they're starting to absorb it, and they're not exactly taking it as well as I would have thought. What does that tell me? It tells me that there's some sort of clear or varnish sealer that has partially sealed the pores of the wood, because the more the pores of wood get sealed, the less absorbent they are, just like a sponge. Now, I've got a few areas up here, a few black areas that look like they were, I'm not even sure what that is. I don't know if it was ink or a marker, but I'm just taking this cotton fabric, and it seems to be helping to remove them. But what do you guys think? I'm actually quite pleased with this because, we're not restoring it to like new, but we're making it presentable. And, people can have a lot of discussion about what, what does it mean to preserve patina? What does it mean to restore something because it looks terrible? That's a very subjective area, and so I'll leave that to you all to decide. But my approach is to get the tables looking presentable again, and it's okay if there's some patina, but I want them to be presentable enough to be in someone's home. Oh, and I did remember just now, I promised we would look at the inside, and now there are exceptions to this. I've seen tables, you open them up and they look just as bad on the inside, but whoever had this table apparently took better care of it on the inside, right? Because they would probably fold the machine away and they would close it, and whatever happened on the top of the machine, usually that's where some of the worst of the wear is. So I may come over here, for example. When you have a very light scuff, by the way, with this restore finish, it looks like one of those old commercials where they used to show, hey, this is a magic trick, because I swear it looks like it. And that's not dirt. But watch. you see how a lot of these light scuffs disappear. Now, any serious heavy damage, it's not going to take that away. But that took very little effort. I mean, you saw me, I just did it. So again, and always remember, even though it may not look as if you've got all that much product on the furniture, you think, oh, that's fine, it looks good, I'll just leave it. Remember to not do that. The people who produce this product will tell you, and by the way, I'm not just going to spot do this, I'm going to do the whole thing. And the reason for that is I don't want it to look like it's uneven, right? So I'll come over here. The people who make this product tell you, because I have read the instructions, do not leave this product on the furniture. What does that mean? That means once you've let this sit, and there's a specific instruction on how long you wait, but when you're done, you go back. See if I can get something. You go back. Here's a couple more. These are cotton, by the way. You're going to want something made of cotton that's absorbent. What you want to do is go back with some fresh, clean rags and wipe over where you just applied. Okay. Now you look at it and say, well, I don't see very much, but this cotton is going to absorb excess, and that's what you're doing. If you do not do this, this happened to me once, and I can't blame the product. I did read the instructions, I applied the product, and I thought, oh, this will look great. And I didn't follow it, and I ended up streaking the table. It didn't harm the table, but in terms of how the table looked, it would have looked better if I had taken the advice of the folks at Howard's who make this product, who understand it. So that is, by the way, this little spot is a little residue of where there used to be a little pad to cushion this piece. So I will, I don't know if that'll scratch off. I may even try, see if this product will remove it. I'm not sure if it will or not. Actually it is, it's coming off. Now, there's still some remaining, so I'm going to go back, I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes, and then I can go back and let it have time to do its thing, to soften. This table, by the way, is not nearly as heavy as some of the tables from the 40s. This looks like it's probably 60s, but it's fine. It's designed to hold the sewing machine, and that is exactly what I intend on doing with it. So I was doing this and I thought, let me show you all. I mean, that literally, how long have I been running my mouth here? Over maybe 13 and a half minutes. All I've got left to do now is, and I'll come back and I'll wipe all that up. All I have to do now is I can, check out the front and the back, make sure there's nothing there, and I'll probably do the legs and, clean up any scuffing there. And we're off to the races. Then the table should be ready. The only thing I can do after, and I may do this because this table was very dry, more dry than most, had very little resin left in very little varnish. So I may go back with the Howard Feed and Wax, and that is yet another example of how a product can be used where you want your table to look nice, but again, I know that there are people who have great intentions, say, well, I'm going to refinish this. But in order to refinish furniture properly, that is a major project. It's not like what you just saw me do. And you really need to think about that before you start it. Or if you value your table, try it on something else, because refinishing furniture is extremely labor intensive, and it takes practice, obviously. And there are people who do magnificent jobs. You'll see them online, showing how they do it. But it's a huge project. In fact, it would take me longer to strip a table and refinish it than it would to restore a sewing machine, or 2 or 3. So just keep that in mind, everyone. I hope this was helpful. If you find this channel useful or helpful in any way, please consider donating. You can click on any of my Buy Me a Coffee links, and it will take you straight to my Buy Me a Coffee page. And you'll see my Singer 301, my first machine, and you can donate to the channel at any level you wish, which would greatly help me continue my quest to find more sewing machines and sewing machine tables and sewing machine carry cases to restore and put into the hands of the next generation of sewers. Take care, everybody.